Hi, good evening. This is Shera Inspires again, speaking to you from Nairobi, Kenya. And this evening, I would like us to speak about WhatsApp etiquette. WhatsApp etiquette is very important because when you create a WhatsApp group, it's important that you inform the people or put the name of the WhatsApp group. Let it go hand in hand with what you're creating it for. For example, if it's a wedding, let it have the word wedding in it. If it's funeral, make it specific funeral. If it's baby shower, it's baby shower. If it's a child's visit, it's a child's visit. If it's a fundraiser for education overseas, you specify. So when you set up a WhatsApp group, it's equally important that you agree on the roles. For example, the group admins who will be the treasurer if it's for a fundraising, and who will be the one who will be the secretary, or rather updating the people on the WhatsApp group. Because if you fail to communicate effectively, then you will build a wedge between you and all the other members who are joining. Then you have to agree how and who will send the link to other people. Because as you send the link, some people will be joining, as in you need to add them, and they may not necessarily use the link. Every time you add members into a group, it's important that you update them what the group is all about. So don't just be ambiguous and then you're too late. The admin should always be up to date and on point, so that you don't add people in the group and they start leaving immediately. It should not be the beginning of the end. All right, so make yourself understood on the message that you send out. You have to be clear and precise. And then also the language that you use. You may decide either to use Kiswahili and English if it's a Kenyan group and you want to reach people who are able to speak both languages. You can decide to use both, or you can keep switching. And also in some groups you may need to use vernacular. So if someone is asking a question and it's not clear, you can switch to the language that best suits the person who's asking the question. Because at the end of the day, communication, it is reaching to the people and communicating effectively. All right. Today we have a visitor. We have our kitty here. I love kittens. All right. Okay, and then if it's a fundraiser, the treasurer should be able to indicate the name of the treasurer, the number, the telephone number. I'll still give a Kenyan example, because in Kenya, with fundraisers, we normally send money via M-Pesa. Rarely do we do cash, but if you'll be able to collect cash as well, you'll be able to inform who will receive the cash. But M-Pesa works effectively, and it works very well even to some of the Kenyans who are living in the USA and in other countries, Sudan, and so on. You will be able to indicate that. And for fundraisers, you find that sometimes you indicate the name of the person and the amount the person has contributed, but some WhatsApp groups, they don't indicate the money that individuals contribute. Why? I do not understand. I know that there are some groups whereby you do not indicate the final amount, the total, the sum total. They don't indicate that amount because there are people who also, when you send a link, the link can go to people also who are not straightforward. So they may be in the group just wanting to know the treasurer and to know where people are meeting, and some of them can rob you of the money or use tactics and get the money out of your M-Pesa. So most of the groups, they are afraid of putting the amount there. But I feel that the individual amounts should be indicated, but the total sum, the hundreds of thousands that are collected down there, you don't necessarily have to indicate that, because the people in the group, they have joined willingly, and they would like to see that their contribution is appreciated and it is noted. And it's also a good guideline for the rest of the team to be able to know, is the money enough or do they need to add more money? Because if it's also little, maybe it's for medical, and you don't indicate the amounts because we are afraid of all these bad people who enter into WhatsApp groups, and some of them are thieves or those kind of people. Again, we will not be able to reach our target. So it's important to specify the amounts, and everyone feels part and parcel. Otherwise, if you don't indicate, then people feel they would want to ask questions, but they can't, especially if it's for a funeral or a medical case. They don't know whom to ask. But some people would be willing to contribute much more, but if they don't know, they'll prefer to keep quiet or to leave the group. All right. And then if it is for a funeral WhatsApp group, once you are included, you may be able to send a short message. Please let your message be short and precise, like our heartfelt condolences for your loss. You can write that, not too much or too long. And then also, do not send forwards that are unrelated. People are mourning. These are a group of people who are extremely sad, unhappy, emotional, and they have lost a loved one. So you can't go sending forwards some humorous. Others, they're supposed to be, they're jokes and whatever. They're various, but very annoying. So you have to be aware that you're in a WhatsApp group of people who are sad. So you should also behave as such. And for example, when we go for weddings and you've been in a wedding WhatsApp group, once the fundraisers are done and we attend the wedding, immediately after the wedding photos are sent. But for a funeral, do not expect people to send photos. Some people will, yes, because they attended and maybe they sent a representative from the church or from the organization where the person was working, or they've sent a neighbor. So maybe the neighbor wants to prove to the others that yes, I attended this funeral and here I am, so they'll send a photo. But mainly, if you notice that there are no photos sent, please just accept as it is and be quiet, because it's more a quiet moment. I'm talking from experience. Many of us, we have lost loved ones, and it happens. There are also do's and don'ts for funerals. These unspoken words or manners that we are expected to have at funerals. For example, once you're told that someone has passed on, it's not fair to go on asking, oh, what happened? I'm so sorry, what happened? Was it an accident? Where did the accident occur? How many people passed on? Details. So what will you do with the details when you have the details? It's just best to say you're sorry and don't ask or talk too much or go on and on about exactly what happened, because it can be quite uncomfortable to everyone. All right. So personally, I would like to come up with a different video after this one for the unspoken funeral rules that we are all expected to know. So for this one, it was more for the fundraiser and how we should conduct ourselves in WhatsApp groups, especially for funerals. So once we lose our loved ones, and anyone who has lost their loved one, may their souls rest in peace, and we are all passers-by. And let's pray that God will always give us peace that surpasses human understanding in all our trying moments. Clouds of blessings, and thank you.